Hey friends, and welcome back to our channel. So today I have my trusty computer in front of me and I am going to take you through how June's budget went. I just want to let you guys know that this is the last month that hopefully you will hear sirens in the background, you'll hear all the noises from the street. We are moving exactly 1 month from today. So yeah, I'm excited for us to be in our new space. Things are a little crazy right now, a little dirty, and that's just like how it's gonna be until we move. But that has nothing to do with the June budget. I just wanted to let you know in case, as always, you hear any background noise, it is because I live in a high-rise in Chicago. We have all windows. You can hear stuff. But soon we will be living in a house in the suburbs with much less noise. So super pumped for that. But I wanted to take you through my June budget, kind of show you how it went. I was over budget on a few categories. A couple of them aren't surprising, but I still want to take you through, show you how June went. So if you're interested in seeing how it went, just keep on watching. So as you can see, I always have my income blocked out. That's just for privacy reasons. However, I do keep in some of my income. This will be changing when Ben and I combine incomes. He doesn't want me to share his income, which is totally fine. I get that. So I'll just be sharing it in a different way. So for June, I didn't have any money come in through Beautycounter. In fact, I lost my consultantship because I didn't sell enough, but it's just not my priority. I love Beautycounter products, but I just don't have time for direct sales right now. Like I have a full-time job. So it's just like not something I put a ton of work into. So I lost my consultantship. So that'll be coming off moving forward. Ben's $90 payment was paid. And then I had a few sales come in. So I actually sold 2 of my budget templates, but one that came in June. So I sold 1 budget template. I had a money transfer come in from another account. I had cash back from a credit card that I was gonna put it toward my credit card, but I decided to actually put that toward my moving fund. So, and then I had a payback from some medication that I was overcharged for. So moving forward, all of my regular costs are pretty much the same. I have $1,400 is what I pay for rent, my half here in this apartment. Canva $12.95, Libsyn $15, Nicola, it was I paid her $180. That was my last month of paying for her. Per usual, Apple, Google, all the same. I saw my therapist twice this month, so that was $20. Tailwind $14.99. I'm actually going to be taking this out. I really like Tailwind, but honestly I'm just like not making enough in my business right now to be putting. I'm making like around, I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm almost using more services than I'm actually getting paid for. And I know that you need to use money or put money in to make money. But there just comes a point where like other things are more important. So things like Tailwind might just have to chill out a little while until I'm able to bring in some more money. To be honest, I haven't seen much of a return from Tailwind. I have a lot of traffic to my Pinterest, which is great, but I haven't noticed an up in traffic on my blog, which is like the whole reason that I use it. So to me, it really hasn't paid off anyway. Let me just push up that screen. Color. So electric was only $16.50 this month, $15 this month for my half, which was lower than normal. My commute was $40.58. That was 1 refill of my Venture card, and then it looks like 3 Ubers that I took. As you guys know, I haven't mentioned this yet, but my June budget also was my wedding. So we had a lot of our wedding was paid for and our honeymoon was paid for, but like some of the stuff had to come out of our personal budgets, like Ubers, things like that. Doctor was $10 this month. Tolls and gas was over this month, which like never happens to me, but we drove a lot for going to Michigan and things like that, and I guess I wasn't anticipating my gas budget to be even higher than it was. But I live in Chicago. Gas here, let me see, I can't see it from here, but there's a gas station over there. Gas is very expensive in Chicago, so it only takes a couple of times to fill it up, and you're well over budget. $0 for $0 for savings, and my Verizon bill was the same, so I spent $1,953.07 on regular costs. Moving on to that, my debt is the same. I paid minimum payments on everything, and as you guys know, if you watched my July budget already, which I'll link down below, I had to put money on my credit card, which was very hard for me. So my credit card balance did go up. So I'm back up over $80,000 in debt just on my own. But this month, all I could do was minimum payments. So it's about $1,201.50. So moving into variable expenses, you can see in the red where I went over. Sorry, I didn't leave enough room over here for you to see all this stuff. But for groceries, I went over about $33. That was just additional groceries outside of the budget that I give Ben. As you guys know, this has been an issue for me. So it'll be fine in August. So I'm just like not worrying about it. It's usually like under $50, and I'm usually like low in other budgets, so I never have to worry about it. For me, I just am chill about it. I try to be, at least. So again, restaurants, coffee shops, this is very high again this month. I even gave myself extra money and I still went well over it, but just with like, again, wedding stuff and the whole week after our honeymoon, Ben went grocery shopping. One of the things that Ben and I have struggles with grocery shopping is Ben is a creature of habit and will buy the exact same things all the time. So if I don't tell him exactly what I want, he won't buy me food. So not that he's being cruel or whatever, but he's just like, you didn't tell me what you want, so I didn't buy it. So, but that leaves me without food because I don't go to the grocery store, so I don't really know what to buy. So if we don't come up with like an exact plan, he doesn't buy the food, which is a struggle. So, yeah, I will probably be starting to do the grocery shopping when we move. If not, he and I will be going together. It's a request that I made because he's not comfortable trying to guess and mind read what I want to eat, which is fair. And I'm not willing to continue to pay so much money for food and not get any benefit for it. So we're going to work through that together and just go together. But with that, the reason I'm saying that is because the whole week after the honeymoon, I ate out a bunch of times. This week I'm like peeling from my sunburn. This week I ordered in food a few days because I was homesick. Not something that you really should do, but that's what I did because I was home alone and I needed food, and I didn't have Ben here to like wait on me. So I went over again. As we all know, that is an area of struggle for me. I like to spend my money on food. I like to go out to eat. I like things like that. So trying to figure out like how to be better with that is continuously a goal of mine. It'll have to be better once Ben and I can join budgets because he is very strict about food budgets. He like never goes out to eat unless I make him or we're like in the suburbs or something by his family and we have to because we have no food. So yeah, it's just something I'm going to have to get better about because he's going to be very particular about that budget, just as I'm very particular about the grocery budget. So we're learning how to combine money and like do things like that, but I'm getting distracted by my nails. Do you see how awesomely pink these are? Very great. Anyway, moving on, my medication and supplements was under budget by $3, thankfully. So I've been having trouble with some medication issues with my insurance, so we'll see if that has to go up moving forward. I was over $9 on household, just based on some of the stuff that we had to buy on Amazon and Target. I was under on my domain renewal and business or beauty counter. I actually didn't renew my beauty counter consultantship, so that was a big savings there. And then I bought a planner, which you guys will see a video about this week that I'm really excited about. So yeah, that's where that came in. For miscellaneous, I was over about $23. That was just $33 extra that I had to pay for our security deposit. So yeah, that's just like extra money that came out. I was over by $8 on clothing and beauty. I had a beauty counter order, which was pretty expensive. I got my tan done for my wedding, which I honestly did not like. I've had my tan done there like 2 or 3 times before, and I've always loved it, and I did not like it this time. And it's like a $70 tan. I don't get it very often, only for like very special occasions. So of course I wanted my wedding tan to be perfect, and it wasn't, but thankfully no one could see it. Only I knew that it wasn't perfect, so that was fine. I got my nails done for my wedding. One of my friends from work thankfully gave me a gift card, $50 gift card, but to get your nails done there is like almost $65 to $75 or $65 to $70. So I had to pay about $15, $17 for the extra. And then I got my nails done again because I'm going to a wedding next week. And I was supposed to have something else that I needed to have my nails done for, but that got canceled. So I spent $70 on these nails because Chicago is annoying, and they didn't do very well at them. So as you guys know, it's not something that I like consistently keep in my budget anyway, but it will be coming out of my budget for a while. And then when I can get it back into my budget, it should be much cheaper because we'll be living in the suburbs. So it just won't be as expensive as it is downtown. Moving forward, I spent $32.52 on Cora. All we had to purchase for her in June was her food, and Ben and I split that, so it's like $64. And yeah, so my half was $32.52. For car maintenance, I put $25. However, you will see all of my sinking funds, all of the money was taken that I had been using to put toward my security deposit because I was not prepared to pay security deposit, because downtown Chicago, you rarely have to pay security deposit. Most of the time you pay just like a move-in fee that you don't get back, but it's like $300 in comparison to a full month's rent. So we had to pay a full month's rent, which is $2,200, which meant I had to come up with $1,100 out of thin air. Another reason that $1,000 in your emergency fund is not enough, in my opinion. So that's something we'll be beefing up our emergency fund soon, and we want it to be a minimum of $5,000, and then we will start hitting debt again. And then we want to push up our savings, our emergency fund to $10,000. But to start with, we're going to do $5,000. So anyway, that's kind of where I put money toward all of this stuff, but none of it is anywhere to be seen except my moving fund. So I'll just put this here. So at the end of this, in order to zero out my budget down here, I had about $100 left over. So I added that to how much I paid in July, which if you watch my July budget, you would have seen. But here I was paying $600 for my moving fund. So I just added $100 to that today when I got paid, and I transferred $700 over to my moving fund account. So that will pay for half of the dog deposit that we have, which is $1,100, which in my opinion is way more than it needs to be, but that's what our landlords want. So that is what we're doing. So my half would be $550, and then putting extra money away for things like boxes, for things like the moving truck, stuff like that. So that is why that is high. And then these are the same, except I'm not seeing any of that money, which is annoying. I also decided to get rid of Planoly. I'm not really loving it, to be honest. There is a lot of limitations even with the paid version, which is annoying. And again, I'm not making enough with my client to warrant paying this much toward it. I might not even be working with my client by the time this renews, so I just don't think it's worth it. But Anyway, so the total that I spent was $1,510.18 via this expense area. And then the total we spent was $4,664.74. That is how much was out. And we are zeroed out down here. So everything worked out. It was a pretty good budget month. I was over on some categories, as you guys saw, but it didn't end up being an issue. Yeah, so that's kind of how June's budget went. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm excited to show you how July goes and then how combining our budget in August goes. That's going to be interesting for sure. But in July, if you haven't already watched the budget video, we are going to Nashville next week, which is this week when you see the video, and it will be like a 3 or 4 day driving trip. We're trying to bring food with us so we don't have to spend a bunch of money while we're there, because it's already going to be like $400 just for the hotel. So yeah, there's that. And then we have a trip to Wisconsin. We are moving at the end of the month. I'm so excited about, because in this video I have probably stopped, like, I'm not even kidding, like 10 times that I'm gonna have to cut out in editing just based on loud cars and dogs barking in the building. So I'm super pumped to have our own space soon. Hopefully it'll have as good of lighting as this place, but hopefully it will have better sound quality. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know any comments that you have down below about how your budget is going, about how anything else you'd like to see from us. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.